Well, it's official, and I should have seen it coming. For several months, I've been sort of caught in limbo between games. Destiny had basically drained the life out of me, at least for the time being, and the thought of replaying Dragon Age or Mass Effect or even Prey just did not appeal to me. But then I, who does not like turn based, top down games, decided to take a leap of faith into the world of Baldur's Gate. And oh boy, did I leap into the game. I ended up running two games simultaneously, one solo and one with a bunch of friends I made on my channel. Between modding the game to allow for a party of 8 people to play, patches, coordinating schedules across 3 time zones, and sinking hours into gameplay, and chatting about gameplay, I have sunk a lot of hours into Baldur's Gate 3. And frankly, it deserves many more. But then I heard about the patch and the upcoming expansion for Cyberpunk. So I dusted off my Night City apartment, checked in on my man River, and reabsorbed V's cynical world outlook. But wouldn't you know it, right as I'm getting my virtual cyber legs back, Starfield comes flying in. And that just obliterated my gaming schedule. Thanks to my scheduled commitment to my Baldur's Gate squad and the fact that the game is just plain good, I was enjoying Night City, and I do have a real life I have to pay some attention to. I just could not abandon ship and roam the Starfield. Something had to give, and what gave first was my solo play of Baldur's Gate. That's what took the hit, at least for the time being. I know this is a first world, or should I say, open world problem, but I've always been a one RPG at a time kind of person. There's just really something about immersing yourself in an RPG that's like diving headfirst into a really engrossing book. I invest a piece of myself into these games, and they occupy a special corner of my mind where I get to be something different than a 60-year-old grandmother in the suburbs, at least for a little while. Games like Destiny I can kind of dip in and out of because they don't live in my head in that same way. But when 3 big RPGs come knocking on your door at the same time, it's like trying to divide your attention between 3 boyfriends or girlfriends, which I guess explains why I've always been a one-man kind of woman. Anyway, I was head over heels for Baldur's Gate. My druid was living her best life, flirting with Halsin and Gale while gallivanting through Faerun. But then Cyberpunk 2.0 comes along, and I completely forgot about poor Gale and his ticking chess bomb. Night City beckoned, and I decided to rekindle my romance with River and air out my Night City apartment. And then Starfield decided to rear its massive head. It's a really big and immersive game, but I'm struggling to stay present in Starfield right now. And let's be clear, it's not Starfield's fault. I like the game for the most part. It's just that I've already got a full-on cast already performing inside my head. Sam doesn't appreciate it when I accidentally call him River, and Shadowheart thinks I'm ill when I want to talk to her about the next artifact we have to find. I had to backtrack 23 light years when I realized I left my best spacesuit in the closet at Night City. Don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic time for RPGs. It's just that I need to get my act together. I need to finish what I started with Baldur's Gate because it's so good. Rekindle my relationships and save the president in Cyberpunk, and finish decorating my house in the stars in Starfield. So here's my advice, fellow gamers. Don't make the same mistakes that I've made. Respect your RPGs. Give them the commitment they deserve and the headspace that they need. Or else you might just end up like me in a digital identity crisis.